the Trevor Jackson podcast.
Hey man, I reached out to my dog, man, like my partner, my player partner, and said, I think where we come from, the age we are, I think that we could like be of service to the youth. I think we could have something that could be, you know, good that the youth need to hear because we come from the trenches. We took different routes and made it out the trenches. We did the right thing. And I feel like a lot of people have failed the youth, fam. The OGs have misled them and let them down, and they did the wrong things, man. And it didn't help them out, fam. Looking at this little Durk situation is crazy. But how your day been, Scoop, man? Talk to me, fam. What
Man,
you been
man,
on
my,
today?
my man, I took my Titans sweater off, bro. I'm we in the Cam Ward, Shador Sanders sweepstakes. I was able to put my Vols on, but yeah, I was having a good day till my Titans got spanked today. But
What
nah,
what
it was
happened to
good.
the Titans? Who the Titans play the
Man,
Eagles, didn't
we played the Lions. We lost like 52-14, something
they?
like that, man. We got spanked, bro.
Is the Lions the best team in the NFC?
Yeah. Hands down the best team in the NFC. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I wanted to
It's
see.
right now it's the Lions and the Chiefs in the AFC.
Okay,
The Bills are good too, though. But I like. But right now, Chiefs they're undefeated. So with their history, you got to put some respect on their name.
yeah. And Josh Allen, he always fumbled the bag in the playoffs, man. And I love Josh Allen for some reason.
Yeah,
That's one of
yeah.
my favorite quarterbacks, fam.
But
Yeah.
history shows he's gonna eventually get over the hump, though. He's gonna
Okay.
eventually beat Patrick Mahomes because Jordan had to go through it with Isaiah.
Mhm.
Manning had to go through it with Brady. He keep working, he'll get over the hump.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
man. I like where football going, and I also, what my sport is right now, boy. Woo! Them
And
Dodgers.
that baseball, I watched the game last night too.
Dodgers.
I listened to your advice.
Talk to me about it, fam. My fault. I had to get my plug. Talk to me. What you see?
Man, okay, last night, I'm terrible with the names, but the Yankees pitcher only lasted 3 innings. He gave up 3 home runs. So they
Okay.
put, if you starting in the playoffs, you need to get through at least 5 innings before the relief pitcher come in.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't make it past
4.
3 innings. I think he got pulled in after the bottom of the third, and he
Mm.
had already given up the second most home runs in the postseason anyway. So they got down 4-1, and then the what's his name, Yamamoto.
Yamamoto.
Man, they
Woo!
couldn't get no hits, man. They
Aaron
couldn't get
Judge.
no hits. The Yankees, yeah,
Aaron Judge didn't hit the ball. Otani didn't hit the ball neither,
the
and he
ball,
hurt.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game though, man. That game one was serious though, but I don't know. Cube came out, fam. What
Dude
you see?
came out, yeah. Today
Cube
was
came-
a good day over there.
Yeah,
Chris Walker, yeah.
I
I
said
see Magic out there, yeah.
yeah, that was. I don't know something about baseball right now, and it's exciting to me, man. I love it, but I love
Yeah,
all. I'm just a sportsman at the end of the day, fam.
me too,
Real
man.
talk,
Me
but
too.
but we gotta get into the real conversation, fam.
Let's go,
We
baby.
gotta
Let's
get
go,
into the
man.
real conversation. Little Dirk, man. Did the OGs, fellas? What do you know about this situation so far, fam? Like the shooting and the violence, because I know pretty much everything about it, and his partner snitched on him and stuff. But to me, the streets is over with. It's just like I don't know, man. The streets is a crazy place. I wouldn't want to even be there, let alone participate in the activities that's going on.
Man, this we could talk about this for an hour, man. But the reality is that when me and you was coming up in the 80s, bro, it was the same thing. The streets gonna either lead you to death or jail. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing new. The Bible saying ain't nothing new under the sun. It's
yeah,
just their turn. You know what I mean? It's just this generation turn. They're
yeah.
they're repeating the same mistakes that their uncles and fathers did. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's sad, don't get me wrong, because we have the knowledge now and the smarts to know you can't move like that. You
Yeah.
can't move like that. And if you're gonna do, man, I'm gonna keep going. Tell me when to stop.
Keep going.
If you're gonna do dirt in the streets and it's with more than one person, then everybody else got to be dead.
Yeah, that's true.
It just is. It just is what it is. And so you got
Yeah,
5 dudes involved, at least 5 guys involved that flew out there. You got the dude that booked the tickets or whatever, bro. Somebody's going to talk.
yeah.
Somebody is going. You can't do dirt like that anymore.
I,
I was
I
disappointed, and I was disappointed in. I was like, man, Dirk them. These kids need to watch more. They need to watch more TV or more movies,
yeah.
because the thing is, let's just say I'm gonna assume that he's guilty because the marshals came and the feds got involved, and when the feds get involved, they have proof, right? So they got. I'm sure they got some good evidence against, and they got somebody
hmm
allegedly cooperating,
It, it
which is going to go a long way.
it might not be alleged, fam, because they said he wore a wiretap, and it might, yes, alleged. Let me shut up, and it's alleged, so I won't get no lawsuit. But they said that he had the wire in the chain, and he had the wire on the app on his phone.
But if you're going to pull a hit out on somebody, it got to be a face-to-face conversation with one person.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a cash transaction. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. Because if you get jammed up, I'm gonna say I don't know what you're talking about. If you have no evidence, if you're
yeah.
gonna book flights from Chicago to LA with
Oh,
credit cards linked to the business, come on, bruh.
yeah, you deserve whatever happens to you. And,
Come
and then,
on,
and
bruh.
then, have you ever been to the Beverly Center before that mall?
Not I probably have. Is that on Sunset Drive?
I don't know what street it's on. Out. Don't get me the line,
Okay.
but it's in Beverly Hills, fam. It's a mall in
I,
Beverly Hills.
I probably have. I've been to LA a few times. I done been all down there, but I could, yeah.
Fam, that's just like shooting somebody in front of the White House. To be
Oh
honest
Lord.
with you,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah,
same thing. You got the richest people in the United States. That's their mall.
yeah.
They're gonna have the rich the Jewish people, the executive, the owners of these record labels, and actresses and actors and all of that old type of stuff from Hollywood. They go to that mall. That mall has cameras on it that you can't see. It's worse than Lenox Mall. Lenox Mall got police and state troopers and everything out in front of it in Atlanta, but the Beverly Center is times 10, and you're gonna kill somebody in front of it. That's crazy.
But another thing, Dirt, if what's alleged is true, bro. If like I said, if you watch just movies, it's just common sense. If I contract you to do a hit, all the logistics of how you get that done is on you,
Yeah.
because it can't come back to me. You
The
get what
person
I'm
who
saying?
actually did it, it can't go back to the person who actually did it.
It can't come back to the person that got the cash that put the hit out. That's why I
Yeah.
said I got say I'm contracting you to do a hit in Knoxville and you in
Mhm,
Charlotte.
mhm.
Me and you we and you gonna have a conversation. It's gonna be off camera, off record, off phone. I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you a cash advance. You in Charlotte, but you got to go to Knoxville to do the hit.
Yeah.
It's up to you to get to Knoxville to do the hit. If you get jammed up and you say that he gave me whatever to do this,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
no evidence. I'm gonna lie about it. Don't get me wrong, but you got
Yeah.
no evidence to tie me to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I like that take, and we not teaching nobody how to do it.
Yeah, we're not teaching nobody, but that's what
Yeah.
I'm like, man. These young boys don't even watch movies no more. You know,
Yeah, because that's how it
it's
was done in movies. It was a cash thing. They gave them cash,
simple.
and they ain't responsible for nothing. How you get the
Nothing.
weaponry, the rental
Mhm.
cars,
Card.
nothing.
That ain't none of that on me. None of
Yeah,
that is on me.
dang, I gotta
Yeah.
give you everything to get it done. He must be a lame then at the end of the
Man,
day.
we booked your flight and the OTF company accounts, the rental car, the hotel,
Yeah, he done.
supplied the weapons. Come on, bruh.
Yeah, yeah. Dirk done
Same,
for.
same thing with Gotti. You know, I'm a Gotti fan, but let's just say I'm sure the feds are looking into it. Let's say Juk paid cash from a CMG account. If
To
that
the
can be
lawyer.
if that can be traced back to CMG, their bank accounts, Gotti's still living. He's the CEO.
Got it done for. That's what that sound like to me. Got it done for. And I don't wish that upon him, but
Yeah, I don't wish that upon him.
if you make dumb decisions, then you get dumb circumstances. You got to deal with those circumstances. And I just feel like, man, like in hip hop, who would you consider a OG that has set a good example, fam, to the youth or to just people in general? Is everybody with the bullshit? Has everybody like failed in the game, done stuff? Who would you consider a success? Looking at the Diddy's, all these allegations against Jay-Z, Gotti, because when I think about the Gotti situation, I think that I can't think that he was Big Juke was mad and Big Juke was the sole responsible person of it. I think that him and Gotti used to have conversations.
I agree. I probably would assume that too. But if you do sloppy work, like Straight Drop them did sloppy work, that can't come back on me. You going down for that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's just crazy. But who would you say set a good example for black people to listen to? Because I made a little post on social media. The OGs failed us. The OGs failed the youth. Who has set a good example that you would listen to? Like, Scoop, I'm gonna sit you down and give you the game and make you $100 million man. Who would you listen to that wouldn't involve you?
The only one that I can think of right top of my head in the hip hop game is P. They call him corny. They call him, you know, some people say he lost his money, but if you follow P, right, he's always pushing financial literacy, own your product, stay out the streets, keep God first, so on and so forth. He the only one pushing that kind of message. You know what I mean? He gave up the music. He ain't killing nobody in the music and stuff like that. Everybody else, J them, you know, they not really in the streets like that, but they don't speak to the youth. P is actually still speaking to the youth. You know what I mean? So I would say that off the top of my head, he's the one that's still giving the youngsters game, tell them, hey, there's another way out. You don't have to do this. Keep God first, own your product, stay out the streets, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's just it's weird to me to see that like P be the only one, because P was the first one with all the money, wasn't he? P was the first one with all the money. I don't know what happened to my guy, but he might come back on soon. Her in a hot second though. But P was the only one with the money at that time. And it's just interesting to hear that conversation, because I don't know who else I could listen to in the game like that. But I'm gonna play this clip until Scoop get back, and then we're gonna get back into the conversation.
When I was young, ain't too many give me the game. And I know ain't got no dads out here. You know? He happy a grown ass man, and he happy that his dad back. Grown. He's like, damn, because he missed that shit. They gave y'all game that was beneficial to them, and it wasn't beneficial to y'all, and it put y'all in a fucked up position in life. This is the first time in my life. Tomorrow I'll be out of penitentiary 5 fucking years. I've never been out of the penitentiary a year since I was 11. I spent 5 years in the juvenile system, 20 years in the penitentiary. I'm 42 years old. I spend most of my time on this planet in a cell. So I'm just sprinkling the game with y'all. Some of y'all gonna get it, and I know some of y'all want to change, but the environment don't allow you. Y'all ain't got the shot. And y'all don't have it. And in that ghetto, you just don't have the finances to really move outside of the poverty and the conditions that we boxed the fuck into. So I know y'all up against the fucking 8 ball. But if you could think, man, don't never lose your imagination, because you're gonna be able to see farther in the neighborhood. And that's why every time y'all go out with him on tour or go somewhere, take advantage of what you're seeing, man. That exposure will change your mind. Cause we gotta get it right so we can take care of these babies. Because so many of y'all in this room, the OGs, when they see you, you know what they say? You rhyme just like your daddy. Your daddy homies is not in position to just out here living off of memories. They can't give you no game because they on drugs or they ain't in position. So they'll just tell you some shit, you just like your daddy. And the sad thing is, you just like your daddy. You ain't never.
Dang. Wallow. I forgot about Wallow. Wallow always spitting game. $1 million worth of game. But you know, he don't rap, but he is part of the culture though. Yeah.
He's part of the culture, and Wallow rich as shit right now doing what he doing.
I like what Wallow done since he got out of prison, man. He's positive, you know what I mean? He's telling the kids that there's a different way, and then he's being transparent about how much time he was incarcerated and how much time he gave away.
High seriously, because he did the same thing with Young Thug also, fam. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. He
gave Young Thug the same type of passionate thing, because when you probably get around those brothers, man, you can feel that energy. I remember when I used to live that lifestyle and I was blind to the reality that I was living. You can feel the death and the responsibility that this child is holding. Imagine like having, I don't even know what it's like to have millions at that age and be living that life. But just a young brother with $200,000-300,000, and he responsible for the whole neighborhood, his family's kids, and his family's family, and all of that. It's just, and he really ain't responsible for it. He just don't know no better. But
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's not responsible for that. That's not
yeah,
his right. But see, he might. But remember this though. This is the ultimate thing, right?
hmm
Dirk dad is doing life in prison.
he
So
just got
before
out.
we get okay, is he out?
He just
But
got
he
out.
wasn't there to raise Dirk from a certain point. So we got to go back to the fathers before we get to the OGs in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's a
hmm
whole nother subject. But if you remember when Wallow was doing that interview with Dirk, they were in O Block. Dirk had $1 million worth of cash on the table and had all the dudes around him.
I remember that $1 million worth of game in O Block.
Man, I always say this. This is what I tell my kids. I really want to. I'm about to say this, but I hope nobody steal my idea. But I want to trademark this thing because.
Don't say it then. Don't say it then if you don't
Okay,
want
okay. I ain't gonna say it then. I ain't gonna say it
if a few
because
thousand is somebody steal it.
we need more of something and less of something in our community. But the problem is that you're gonna look corny if you go this way. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? To the culture. But me, I
Yeah,
don't care. You call me a square or whatever. When I was in the hood, I was going right when everybody was going left. You know what I mean?
that's
But
the fact.
you call me what you want to call me. Just don't put your hands on me. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah. I can relate to that too, man, because like, man, I wish I would have went the route you went at that time. I went the hard headed route like Dirk, but I don't know how God blessed me to make it out, fam. To be honest with
Man, just tell them thank you. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of it. That was your path, but you
you. Yeah,
did choose it too. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's just
Yeah,
crazy
that's what
looking at
I'm saying.
these young guys and stuff going through what they're going through. And salute to Wallow for giving the game. Let me give him some hand clap. Because
Hello.
to be honest with you, it's interesting. People ain't responsible for that. But man, you had a conversation on the phone about emotion the other day and being fatherless, like growing up in the hood without fathers, and that's what Wallow said. When we grew up in the hood, he grew up without a father, or his friends' fathers was on drugs. That was there. Dirk grew up without a father. I grew up without a father. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what's crazy, and we're gonna switch the topic to this Candace Owens and Nick Cannon conversation. But what's crazy is that the government give assistance and all that stuff to women, food stamps, places to stay to keep the father away, and they be having little boys growing up without the father, fam. And this shit be, and we don't know how to control our emotions. We have to learn how to. That's why we see these young brothers getting shot, running from the police. We think the police done did wrong. And when in our reality, the young boy reacted out of emotions and got his ass shot because he was doing too much. And I ain't against black people or for police shooting niggas or whatever, but he might not have had a father and he reacted in a way that was triggering. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's just interesting to me that the emotion that men have and how people take advantage of that emotion when we grow up fatherless and we just grow up emotional like our mothers and stuff, man.
Yeah, real men move on logic, not emotion, man. So we grew up saying that women are more emotional, but as I done got older, especially in the black community, I think men move more on emotion. Think
Mm,
about it, man. Think about the crime in the neighborhood. We got almost 9,000 murders per year of black on black violence, and everybody
mm.
say black on black violence ain't real, but it's real. Okay,
Yeah,
a brother will kill you quicker than the cop will kill you.
yeah.
Think about how much emotion it takes to make up in your mind that this person disrespected me, this person took something from me that can be replaced,
hmm
and now I'm going to actually kill them.
that takes more
That's
effort.
all emotion.
That
It's
takes
all
more,
emotion.
that takes more effort to do that than it does to get the thing back that you lost.
Bro, you can get anything materialistic and financially back. You
Mm-hmm.
can't get time back, bro.
Or a life.
You get one life on earth, bro. Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
mess it up. You only get one of these things. And that's why you should live YOLO. Live your life to the full because you only get to do this one time.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, we can end that Durk conversation on that. I think that was the game that the youth need to hear. That was it right there. That's what they needed to hear. Like, you only get one life, man. Like, you got to
One
be
time.
able to be smart with your decisions. We know you may have grew up without a father. I may have grew up without a father. Scoop may have grew up, you know what I'm saying, the way he grew up. And don't react on emotions, man. Think before you react. For real. Now,
Yeah.
I want to switch up the topic, fam. You said you didn't see the Nick Cannon and Candace Owens conversation, but
Nah, I ain't seen it.
it's serious, fam. It's serious. She said some serious things on there, and I want you to hear this clip, and then we're gonna discuss it.
For us to win, but it's not really designed for anyone to win except for that top 3 or 1%. So
And yet, remarkably,
right,
and this is the thing that I can't understand because it's a paradox.
yeah,
Black America will say, this system wasn't built for us, and yet they insist on more system. Right. The first thing they do is say,
Right.
we need reparations. Well, how's that going to happen? We need more government. And I just go, have you paid attention to anything that has happened in this country?
Right.
Have you paid attention and gone backward and understood how you got into this predicament? How you could possibly think it's almost an abusive relationship. Like the solution is I just got to go back to that person that just keeps punching me in the face. That's where Black America is at right now, right?
Right.
It's almost I understand it, to be clear. I am compassionate in understanding, because of how much I've studied the history of psychology, that it was nearly impossible for Black Americans not to land up on the left-leaning side, not to believe that, white people were their number one enemies. They sat down and thought, you get these people into public school and we will fill them with garbage for the first 18 years of their lives, right? So that's hard to undo, right?
Right.
That you're being intentionally targeted in a government classroom, and they are selling to you every day that you are a victim on purpose. This is they want you to come out the other side and insist on more governance, because that's the ultimate goal is to recreate slavery and not even have Black Americans know that they're slaves. The perfect slave is a person that doesn't know they're a slave, right?
hit it on the head.
And that's Black America. Black America will literally say the absolute most about how bad government is while insisting that we have more government.
You gotta love Candace, well, or hate her. She, it's either or with her.
It's no in between, ain't it, fam?
No in between.
Think about it. Like, when we grew up, man, we grew up busting food stamps, fam, to get hot meals.
Yep.
We grew up busting food stamps, $1 food stamp, both spend a quarter, get 75 cents back, couple of times, and go get $1 hamburger, fam.
Yeah.
What did that assistance do to the community? What did did it keep us stagnant? Did it keep us dependent? Not us specifically, but our people
It
dependent.
did. It was a project. That's where the projects came from.
Mm,
It was they intentionally isolated us and put us under the government assistance and programs, and we can go all into that. But leading up to 2024, it's different. We have options. We have choices. We have a path now to get to where we want to be. Like, if I want to be president, there's a path for that, right?
mhm.
Now, it's not to say that I'm not going to have roadblocks or deterrences in the way, because the beautiful thing about the system now is there's alternative routes, there's detours. So if I go down this street and it's blocked off, well, I can go down this street.
Yeah.
And so if you start changing your mindset to think that I'm a victor, I'm more than a conqueror, I'm victorious, I can do this, instead of saying they don't want to see a Black man win,
Yeah.
then you'll start looking for those alternative routes and those detours to get to the destination that you want to be. We got more black money in the community now than ever. Okay. We have more black millionaires and black billionaires ever in American history as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we can't say that there's not opportunity. There's a reason why illegal immigrants and people from other countries move to America. They only move here because of two reasons:
Opportunity.
freedom and opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can come here, if we can come in here and say the Hispanics are taking over all the jobs, which they are, right? I mean, a lot of the blue collar jobs, right?
Yeah.
It's only because they work hard.
Because
they want more.
They just going to get it. They ain't viewing lack, but that lack was that lack of programming though, fam? Because they come in and they on go. Black people done got they like I'm waiting on my check. I'm waiting on my. They gotta redo my lease for my apartment next year, and they just sitting there just waiting on shit dying off. When you got these people at the border coming in, I don't care what I got to do. I'm ready to do it.
I'm ready to get it.
Yeah.
Asian community, everybody ready to get it. Like I always tell people, man, I'm gonna tell you something, and maybe your viewers disagree with me, but you gotta think, if we only make up 12% of the American population now, right? And we used to be the second dominant race in America, right? But if you actually look where the numbers are trending over the 30 to 50 year span, man, we're going to be number 4. There's going to be whites, Hispanics, Asians, then the black community. We're not trending upwards. We're trending downwards.
And then you got no disrespect to the ladies that want to be studs or whatever, but then you got women not even attracted to their own race of men no more. They want girls and they want to be with women and stuff. And it's like you don't love your own race because you don't want to procreate with your own race. But you saying that people are racist and hindering you, when in our reality, our race is hindering ourselves. That's my perception of it, fam.
Okay, but think about this though. I'm gonna give you something. The Democrats, what do they say about gender and like all of that stuff? They say you can be whatever you want to be. There is no gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they always say that?
Hell yeah, they say that.
But if you've noticed for the past 2 to 3 months, they're trying to pander you into voting for a female. Oh, you can't vote for a female. You can't vote for a female. Hold on. A few months ago, you said there is no gender.
Yeah,
you can be whatever you want to be, but now you're ridiculing and trying to pander into people. Say, oh, you can't vote for a female. Which one is it?
Yeah, it don't make no sense. It's not making.
Which one is it?
It's a conflict of interest. You trying to confuse the people for a vote. Did you watch the thing that she did in Houston, Texas, Kamala Harris, the shindig with Beyonce and Kelly Rowland?
I seen it, but I ain't got all the context of it.
I was at work watching it, fam, and I'll be honest with you. I love women. I love all race of women, black women, though, but they trying to exclude us out the picture completely because they didn't mention nothing about men. They had like little segments before Kamala came on and stuff talking about Trump took away our rights to have birth, this and that. What was that bill that Trump passed when he was in office? He wasn't even in office neither. That was Biden was in office when I forgot that bill where they couldn't have babies or couldn't have abortions and all of that. I forgot the name of that bill though, but it's just interesting that they are excluding the man. Like the man is excluded in all aspects, man. They don't want us. It's like they don't even want us to exist. They don't love the black man no more at all in totality.
They ain't just started that though. You just said that they've been doing that since the project started. They started doing projects in the early 1900s, like 1920, 30, right?
Yeah.
And the whole food stamp, what's it called? Section 8, all that stuff. We'll give you money as long as the man isn't in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the black man. So they've been, if you look, we in 2020 now, for 100 years, they have been slowly decreasing the value of the black man. And here we are now. See, the enemy has done a great job of trying to make everybody think that the black man ain't valuable. But the black man is valuable.
Yeah.
That's why, as men, we got to rise up. We got to understand who we are, and we're kings. We got to choose the right women to procreate with. I tell you this, man. I think that the most important thing one of the most important things that a man can do is okay, think about it. If you're building something, right?
Mm-hmm.
A house, a company, whatever the case. What is the most important piece of that?
The root.
The foundation.
Yeah.
Right. So if I decide to build a life, a family, or whatever the case, because I'm building the next generation, the most important thing that I can do is choose the right person to partner with, to build that with.
The root, the foundation, the beginning, the
You
woman.
can't, you don't know this, men and women. A 20-year-old girl is not the same person as a 30-year-old woman. A 20-year-old boy is not the same person as a 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
And then when they're 40. So I actually think sometimes, especially in this generation, people get married too young or they procreate way too young. You got to go through the stages of life to figure out who you're going to become. You have to test a woman, and women should test men as well to decide, is this a good person to procreate with for the long term?
Yeah.
Or are we just going to get caught up in the lust of the moment?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
That's what most people do, get caught up with the lust of the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's interesting, fam. I appreciate that game, because I may not have no kids, and at this point at 44 years old, I don't want none neither though. But to hear you talk about the foundation is important, and I think it's important for other people to hear that too, though. But let's play this other clip of Candace, fam, and let's further the discussion, because we warming up now.
Welfarism did this to Black America. It is a fact that in the 1950s, under Jim Crow, that Black Americans were outpacing white Americans in terms of growth. Well, what happened was, despite there being Jim Crow, or because of Jim Crow, Black Americans couldn't rely on government. There is this simple thing that when your back is against the wall, you will fight, and so then LBJ, who was the most racist president. I mean, this man was dropping the hard R-N word for breakfast every day. He hated Black Americans, and yet we learned in public school that he was our savior because he inked the Civil Rights Bill.
But he had to. That wasn't by choice.
Literally, he had a figurative gun to his head.
Yeah.
And there's more stuff that he did in terms of trying, the draft, wanting Black Americans to die first in Vietnam. He was so committed to racism, and he said, I'll have these N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. And in one fell swoop, signed welfarism in. And that's what broke down our families. Black America will literally say the absolute most about how bad government is while insisting that we have more government.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
That's crazy though.
I'm glad Candace said that, because Lyndon B. Johnson, that was a statement he made. We'll have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. And we're doing that. Malcolm X said that you got to be a chump to vote for Democrat. And here we are still voting for Democrats.
The people that
what are we getting?
More dependency. We just dependent on everything that Kamala Harris is presenting to African Americans is something that will keep us dependent. To me, she's using people's tax dollars to keep people dependent. Me, as a Black man, all I want is opportunity. I don't even want nothing from you at all, really. But for people, just make sure that it's an opportunity for people to get some bread, man. That's all.
It's bigger than that too, because you gotta understand, you gotta slow this down when you use this word, right? Like my flags here, United States of America, right? And when you think about the original states, the 13 colonies, right? Even now, every state has its own government, right? And then there's the federal government, right?
Yeah.
Democrats want more federal government, and Republicans want less federal government. Remember, federal government always supersedes state government.
Okay.
Right? That's the beauty the beauty of how America was initially established. You get to choose what state you want to live in based on the laws that they have, right? But if I choose to live in Tennessee, or I choose to live in Wyoming, right? Because I like their taxes, I like their laws, whatever the case may be, it don't matter if the federal government is putting out a mandate for all 50 states. So we need less federal government. And I served in the military, but we need less federal government and give the power back to the states. And so,
Yeah.
abortion is one of those subjects now where certain states are saying no, some states are saying yeah, or whatever, based on the weeks. And then they want the federal government to make a decision on some of that stuff. You don't want federal government to get involved.
Yeah.
Federal government is going to, if federal government gets involved, then we have a dictatorship, because
Yeah.
they'll make decisions that's going to impact all 50 states, and then there will be no more United States of
I
America.
I
It'll
heard
just
you.
be America.
Yeah. That's true. That it'll be the divided states, because to me, I like what you were saying, fam. That's interesting to me, because if the federal government runs the whole country, they're gonna make the laws equal to everywhere. And it won't be no
Yeah,
states where you have no state taxes and these state
right.
taxes and this, and the Democrats, they just want to be they just want the power, them to have the power. They don't want to give the power back to the people. And me, I'm all about the people having access and power and stuff, fam.
Right. Me too. That have complete power, complete control. That's the beauty of America now. If I don't I like California, you like California, I can't live there because I can't afford to live there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's too expensive because of the laws out there. So I get to choose to live in a different state. And you know that because you see them migrating to the state you live in now. They say I can't afford it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the beauty of it. But if you put it at the federal level, and let's just say the federal level says gas is going to be $6 in every state like it is in California,
Yeah.
then what's the purpose of North Carolina and Tennessee?
Everybody, it'll be a skid row in every city in the country. Homeless people.
Depending on who? The government.
Now, do you think who do you know who created welfare, fam? Or when it was created? Not who or when, just either one. Because
I don't know. I don't know that history.
how did what do you think welfare participated? Because I'm just talking about the clip Candace said. What participation did welfare have on Black America? Because I can't say we have a community, because we don't have a community as Black people. To me, we don't have no hospitals, no banks, no, you know what I'm saying, things that we own, no CVS, no Black CVS. We don't have a community. So what part did welfare play on keeping us dependent again?
It created a couple things. It created entitlement and it created laziness. See, regardless of, I can't remember who all created it, but it wasn't created to be long term. It's a short term solution. You're in a bind, you have young children, whatever the case may be. So we're going to help you out for a short amount of time till you recover and get back on your feet. It wasn't meant to be on there from 20 years old to 60 years old. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when people got on it, you remember this, if you think back, people said, oh, I'm not going to work because if I work too much, they're going to cut my welfare and cut my stamps. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to sit at home all day so I can continue getting this money.
You know,
While me and you go to work, pay taxes that gives right back to them.
I think men are waking up, fam, and it's a separation in the household between men and women with this political stuff right now, because this is the most that I've conversated about it in my life this last 2 months. And I feel as if that women need to get out of that dependent mode when it comes to welfare and government assistance and help from the government. Because if you have a child and you getting help from the government, when that child turn 18, you haven't done nothing your whole life. What you got to look for, you ain't gonna have no retirement. Like, you can retire at 20 years in certain entities. You can't retire from government assistance after you done did your 18
No.
years with your kid. You can't retire from government assistance. You left alone with nothing now. You ain't getting no money. They're gonna take all of those free housing and all of that away from you when your kids turn 18 and you just left out to dry. I think women need to get away from that democratic structure that has been created for so long.
And think about it. What is it a life to live with just living in the same impoverished area your whole life?
Yeah,
Like I know people who ain't never been out of town. You know what I mean? Like that's all you want out of this?
Me too, fam.
Really? Now, don't get me wrong. If that's all you want, fine. But don't complain then, because you're not getting up. The opportunity is there, and there's other people that's going to come over here and they're going to reap the benefit. They're gonna go get those opportunities.
That's a fact. That's a fact, fam. Hey man, I'm ready for
red Mikey.
No, you clean. You clean on this
Okay.
end.
I feel like my internet going in and out. Okay.
It did at one point in time, but it's not no more though. It did at one time before I played that clip, but you good though. I want to lighten up the mood, fam. I'm gonna play a little bit of music first. You know what I mean? And play a little bit of music, and then we're gonna come back and lighten up the topic because I like where we was going with the conversation, but let's lighten it up after this.
All right.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. I had to change my mental, upgrade my credentials. How a nigga came up, it wasn't accidental. Now monumental, more like legendary. A player never worry, bumping pop, Hail Mary, trapped off a Blackberry. Ain't contrary to your belief, I made it at them streets, don't acknowledge beef. Kept the play discreet, we too unique. On the winning streak, spent a couple racks.
I just had to play a little music to break the podcast up, to kill the seriousness a little bit, man, and get into some sports conversations, man. What's going on with basketball this year, man? The NBA, man. What's your perspective and what's your thoughts on it? Because I'm excited about the Knicks. I like the Knicks. Who else? What's up with MB whole ass, man, whining, talking about he ain't gonna play back-to-back games and all of this shit, man. It's just,
man, come on, man. This dude just signed 100. He signed, think about it, 3 years, $192 million contract, something like that. Bro, getting 63, 64 million a year. Not only did he say he's not gonna play back-to-backs this year, he said, I'm not playing back-to-backs for the rest of my career. I don't know if people caught that. Like he said, for the rest of his career, he's not gonna play back-to-back. Bro, you making 60 plus million on the court.
Yeah.
Not considering what you're making off the court. And that's like me telling Amazon, I'm going to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I ain't working back-to-back days.
And I want the same pay.
Man, come on, bro. Come on, man.
And he ain't even worth it like that. He ain't even want to ship yet, fam.
Man, look, these dudes got the best shoes with the insoles. They fly in the best aircraft. Because remember, the old NBA used to fly commercial. They got best hotels and they got private chefs. Come on, man. That was playing. Man, Magic Johnson was playing in Converse. You ever wore a pair of Converse?
I got a pair. I got power white. God. Them old ones too. Not the Chucks. I got the Larry Bird and Magic ones, fam.
Man, you can't even walk in them for 2 hours without your shins hurting and everything. And they was playing basketball games in there. Come on, man.
Running up and down the court. It's crazy, man. What you think of AD so far, fam?
Man, I always tell people this, man. I talked to my homeboy a couple days ago, and I said, man, where you put AD at top power force all the time? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Skill wise, AD could be an MVP in the league right now.
Has he ever been MVP?
Nah, he never been MVP, and he never won Defensive Player of the Year. That's his gripe. He felt he should have won MVP a couple times. But skill wise, he could be an MVP in this current league. But the injuries, he don't play enough game or whatever. But when I was looking at the top power force of all time, because I just had this conversation a couple days ago.
Let me give them to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna set you up, fam. I'm setting you up.
I
Is he
think I'm
above?
no phone.
Is he above Karl Malone?
They gonna put him above Karl Malone because he got a ring, and he is top 70. He on the top 75 team.
AD
But
is.
yeah, he on the top 75. Because I just had this conversation. We looked this up. He on the top 75. He got a ring, and he got 8 years left. You know what I mean? He only like 31, 32, maybe.
Damn, if you put him above Karl Malone, God Almighty, I can't even name nobody else but
Well,
Tim Duncan.
I'm just saying he ain't finished yet. But look, this is what I was thinking. You got Duncan. I think Duncan is the GOAT of the power forward position, right?
Duncan might be he top 3 player of all time for me.
You got Duncan, you got Garnett, you got Dirk Nowitzki, right?
Keep
Okay,
going.
you got Mailman, you got Giannis.
With a ring.
Yeah.
He ain't burn
Giannis,
Giannis. He ain't burn Giannis.
Giannis is a 4, bro. You got AD, and then I had another one. I can't think. I went Barkley. Those was my 7, right? Now we can figure out how we're gonna put them in order, but those are my 7 that I was talking about the other day.
He better than Barkley, even though I don't want to say it, but he is though. I got me personally. I got Durk above him. He 5th. He 5th. I got Durk above him. I got Tim Duncan above him. I got Giannis above him. And there's one more you said I don't forgot, but I got him above him though.
Garnett,
I got Garnett.
Mailman.
Now I don't got Mailman above him. You're right. Mailman ain't above him, but Dirk,
Okay.
Duncan, Giannis, Garnett. They above him. He 5. For me.
Yeah, okay.
Where you got him
That's
though,
what I'm
man?
saying.
AD skill wise is number 1.
Skill wise, he in the top
Talent.
5, and I'm not gonna put him above. Dang, bro, that's a tough one, man. Because if I had to,
Capabilities, he's number 1.
man, Barkley just paid in a bad era, bro. Barkley was the best player for like 4 or 5 years. Just Jordan was there. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't get a ring. Barkley was a beast. He at 6'4".
Yeah, Barkley was the truth. 6'4", he was the truth.
Yeah, but Giannis gonna have a say in the long run. I don't think he's gonna catch Duncan. Duncan got 5 rings.
Can't catch
But
Duncan.
he gonna. I mean, think he tied with Garnett and Dirk right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he might get another ring, and he might keep moving up that power forward ladder.
Yeah, I agree with that. He will. I think he'll be number 2 before it's all said and done. But right now, he's 5 for me though.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant ain't a power forward, is he? He used to. No, he ain't.
Now he a 3.
Yeah, he a 3. I agree with that.
Yeah,
now, what else been going on in the NBA? Your perception, because I need your perception. Me and you ain't had a conversation about this.
Yeah.
Bronny.
What about Bronny?
You know, have you seen where Jello and Cameron been going at it?
Yeah.
Would you put Jello in the NBA before Bronny?
Who is Jello?
Jello Ball, the third ball.
Oh, Jello Ball. Nah, Bronny better than him.
Oh, for
Bronny
real?
Jello Ball ain't that good, bro. I don't know if you ever seen him.
I seen him. He played in Charlotte.
He's 6'4". He can shoot threes, but he don't play no defense.
You're right. But he was balling in them other leagues in China and all. He was putting up 50 and everything, fam. But that ain't the USA.
Man, it's the big leagues right here. Play out, it's the big leagues in the NBA.
Let me quit the comparisons and all of that. Do Bronny deserve to be in the NBA?
This is why I can't hate on Brian or Bronny, bro. Like people been the goal is like me and you came up in the hood, right? I got sons.
Yeah.
If you meet my sons from where we come from, you might think that my sons is squares, right? And that's what I want you to think of them. Because the goal is not for them to come up in the same environment that I came up in. You feel what I'm saying? The goal is for me to make opportunity for my children. Everybody else has done it. So the fact that LeBron has done it, I'm not hating on him. You get what I'm saying?
Salute. Yeah.
But the question is Bronny an NBA player? Well, technically he is, but you notice you see that now he's going to the G League after the 5-game road trip.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah. So after they're on a 5-game road trip now, and they just want him to go on the road, experience the NBA, and then he's going to the G League, and he's going to be a starter on the Lakers G League team.
Salute for that.
So he'll probably be in the G League most of the year, which he needs some development. The question is, Bronny only 6. I mean, they done said 6'2" to 6'4", right?
Yeah,
he gotta play point.
That's a hard position to get because Russell Westbrook ain't even a starting point guard right now, fam. Point guard might be the hardest position to obtain in the NBA. What you think?
Play point. So it's like he ain't got nobody on the Lakers team to learn point guard from, because the Lakers point guard on paper is D'Angelo Russell, but it's really LeBron James.
But you see that white boy with that chemistry, Alex, whatever his name is, him and AD chemistry, he got to start. After these first 2 games, that white boy got to be the starting point guard for the Lakers. Got to be. You seen it?
Bronny need to learn. Yeah, but Bronny would do better if he was under somebody like Chris Paul to teach him. Because I think he got to play. He can't play 2. Chris Paul is in San Antonio with Wemby.
That's and you see Wemby.
Yeah.
You see Wemby.
Wemby gonna be a beast, dog.
Be a problem, fam. Wemby might be the next Duncan while we're talking. He might pass up.
Wemby is actually a problem, bro.
Yeah, Wemby's a problem, fam. I looked at his statistics. I ain't trying to switch it up. I got one more topic, then we gotta go because we almost at the hour mark. I like closing it out at the hour mark so I can master the audio and everything. But Wemby, fam, he's a problem. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a real deal. If he gain a little, he might not need to gain weight because of the mobility factor. But I like Wemby a lot, though. Real talk, I ain't gonna cap to you.
Yeah.
The topic I want to get stronger. That's what you would suggest him to get stronger.
He is. He's naturally going to do that. He only like 19, 20 years old. So he as he get 23, 24. He's going to naturally gain a little bit of more of his man body. You know what I mean? Along with the workouts that they got him on.
Did you know his rookie statistics was better than LeBron's rookie statistics and Jordan? You didn't know that, did you?
You're going in and out. Or is it you to me? His rookie statistics are better than who?
His rookie statistics are better than Jordan's and LeBron rookie statistics. That's what I was saying. His rookie statistics are better than both of theirs. But I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip, fam. We're gonna get to it.
LeBron James will have a statue at Staples because you're not gonna have the #1 scorer in NBA history.
So that makes him, I don't know this, the only player that would have a statue in Miami and a statue in
possibly. LA? Cleveland's gonna give him one no matter what.
So three teams?
He can possibly be 3.
Dang!
100% sure he will have 2 because there's no way Los Angeles don't have him with the name.
For sure.
Because they're only putting in prestige in that front, right? That's just
keep the statue away from Kobe's.
You heard that, fam?
Yeah.
Tell me.
LeBron gonna get 3. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. Keep talk to me.
LeBron gonna get 3 statues, bro. Think about it. Miami retired Shaq's. I mean, Miami gave Shaq 1, and he only played there. Well, how many years he played there?
05 to 08, I think.
He got one championship. He got 1 championship with Wade, bro. LeBron went to 4 finals in Miami, but 1 and 2. He getting 1 there. Or at least his jersey retired. Maybe Shaq only got his jersey retired. And then he's definitely getting a statue in Cleveland. I think he's gonna get a statue in LA too.
Yeah, he did.
LeBron on that balcony, man. I always tell people LeBron on that balcony.
He on that bird.
He on that balcony, man. Come on, man.
They letting them get away with it too. They allowing the balco.
Well, he
That's
got that
what
vibranium from Wakanda. Like, what is he? What he
Yeah.
got in his veins, man? He's 40
Triple-
years old.
Yeah, he had a triple double last night. He was wilding, fam.
Think about it, man. Before you go, think about it. LeBron ain't even. He's a starter. He'll be 40 next month in December, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got a solid. LeBron got a solid 3 to 4, probably 3 to 5 years as a starter if he want to keep playing.
I say 2.
Then if he want to keep, then if he want to keep playing after that, he could play at least 3 more seasons out off the bench. 10, 15, 20 minutes a game.
He could play till he 50.
He could play at least until he's 46 if he wanted to.
45. I say 45. I think one of them years, fam, it's gonna be a massive decrease. Instant. His body, his bones, and everything just gonna give up on him. That's how I view life. Because if not, he's on that balcony.
Did Brady? Brady went to 45, remember?
That's what Bron go to, 45. That's max, fam. 45
but
max.
Think about this. The year before Brady retired, he won the Super Bowl.
That's
he
true.
only got out the NFL because his wife wanted him to at the time. He was trying to work on his marriage. He still got to the playoffs his last year, bro. The dude could have played 2 more years easily to 47.
Yeah. And then you had AB acting crazy. What's his name? Antonio Brown acting crazy. Yeah. He said, "I gotta get up out of here, man." That's what he said, fam.
Yeah.
Hey, man. When we gonna do it again, School?
Anytime, man. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I like pie. You know what I mean? But this your show, so just hit me up whenever you want me.
No.
You want me on.
Don't look at it like that. See, I've been telling rappers that lately. Don't look at it like that, fam. If I would assist you in creating your own platform, and anytime you got anything to talk about, this is your platform, this is your home, fam. If it's 1 or 2 topics, we can make it happen, fam. I enjoy conversing with people about interesting stuff and learning from individuals. And this your home. You tell me, Trev, turn it down, mic on, nigga. Let's get to it. It's done.
Okay. We got to come back then because the election is we got about a week and a half. No, we got a week.
That's when we're gonna come back. That's when we're gonna come back.
Interesting.
After whoever's elected,
yeah.
We coming back on. Me and fam. We coming back on, fam.
Okay, because it's about to get crazy out here.
All right, fam. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna hit you up right when we get done, fam. Peace, love, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and we go.
Some money.
Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We highly appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it with your friends, dog. I'm out. Yeah.